I'm going to pull some de-escalation strategies for lawful gun owners out of another tragic incident in a fast food joint in the drive-through lane. Have you noticed there's just been a dramatic increase of drama and chaos at fast food joints, especially in the drive-through lane? Now it's February 20th right now. 2 days ago, February 18th, Sunday, February 18th, I had a wonderful live chat here on YouTube with She Fires, and I'll have the link to all that, to our chat and all that below, where we talked about de-escalation strategies for lawful gun owners. Consider this video right now to be a follow-up to that discussion, just talking about how this situation absolutely could have been mitigated and avoided had de-escalation skills and knowledge have been applied. So here we are at a Taco Bell, at a drive-through in a Taco Bell in Arizona. 24-year-old male in the drive-through lane apparently gets into some type of verbal argument, altercation with subject or subjects in another car. Unknown if they were in the drive-through lane also, but with another car. Our victim gets out of his car, approaches the other car, and pulls out a weapon. And some articles say that he pointed it at the occupants of the other car. Well, someone in that car had a gun too, and they were quicker on the draw and shot and killed our victim. Absolutely could have been avoided. All right, so let's slow down, take a breath, let's assess this situation and pull out some de-escalation lessons. Assuming you're a lawful gun owner and you're in the drive-through lane, and for some reason, somebody in another car, whether they're in the lane with you, in front of you, or behind you, or in the parking lot, for some reason, they do or say something that pushes your buttons. Long, slow, deep breath and ask yourself, do you really need to engage? Do you really need to say something in response? Do you really need to tell them they're stupid, or that their music needs to be turned down, or whatever? Take a long, slow, deep breath and don't let yourself become offended, frustrated, or impatient, because in this case, our victim apparently got frustrated and offended enough that he felt like he had to exit his vehicle and walk towards this other car and pull a weapon on them. There is no mention anywhere that this other car had done or said anything to show that there was any imminent danger of great bodily harm or death to our victim. And one of the things that the courts will look at when you claim self-defense is, could you have gotten away? Did you try to get away? Did you try to run? Did you try to drive away? This person was in his car in the drive-through lane and could have driven away, but he chose to get out of his car and walk towards another group of people in another car. A first-year law student would not have difficulty making that person, and you, if you do that, to make you look like the aggressor. Slow down, take a deep breath, and assess the situation. Do you really need to get engaged? Do you really need to pull your weapon? Is there really imminent danger of great bodily harm or death? Person could have driven away. Now, the other person in the car who actually ended up shooting the person in self-defense stayed to talk to the police. Gives me an idea that he's probably a lawful gun-carrying, concealed carry individual. A lot of criminals after something like that would have taken off. So I'm going to assume he was a lawful gun owner. Long, slow, deep breath. Someone is loud, rude, and obnoxious. Do you really need to behave that way? In this day and age, when everyone is so quick to become violent, do you really need to act like that also, knowing that you have a gun on your side or an appendix carry or whatever? Should you not be making more of an effort as a lawful gun owner to show restraint, rational thinking, and be able to show that you did everything you could to de-escalate the situation, up to including driving away yourself and going to the other Taco Bell? But this person stayed where he was and let himself get into a verbal altercation with this individual. And now this other individual feels offended enough to come out after him with a gun. And now, oh, I'm justified to pull a gun on the guy. Yeah, in that moment you were, but could this whole thing have been mitigated by something you could have done differently? Long, slow, deep breath, and consider again. Chances are very, very good they're not going to file charges against this individual, but the courts are going to be looking. Could you have gotten away? Did you try to get away? Run, walk, crawl, or drive away? Stand your ground, castle doctrine. Okay. Can you articulate imminent danger of great bodily harm or death? Because Castle doctrine and stand your ground isn't just a broad stroke of the pen authorizing lethal force just because your feelings are hurt, just because you've decided you feel threatened. Be very, very careful that you don't end up saying or doing something to escalate a situation and find yourself hemmed up because of your interpretation of the law doesn't match with reality. And there are a lot of people out there right now who are learning the hard way that castle doctrine and stand your ground is not that easy. There are certain things you need to meet, such as, can you articulate imminent danger to great bodily harm or death, or could you have gotten away? Slow down, take a deep breath. Another very, very tragic situation. Again, so just this video and the lesson points out of this is just like kind of like a follow-up and an add-on to the great chat that I just had with She Fires 2 nights ago. Folks, if you're a lawful gun owner, remember, you need to be able to show that you did everything you could to avoid a confrontation. Take long, slow, deep breaths and be assessing the situation. Do you really have to engage? Or can you just let it go and let them be the ignorant one, hooting and hollering, shouting, and so on? Slow down, take a deep breath, and assess the situation. We'll see you on the next video.